Good day and welcome to another edition of Outside at Genie, where we will be looking at the racing today from Greyville on the poly track. Today is 7th of December, and we are closing closer and closer, and we're getting closer to Christmas every day. Man, and I'm looking for Christmas, the best day of the year. So welcome to Outside of Genie. What we do form analysis, which we give to you as a punter. We do form analysis, and from there we get outsider selections that we give to you, the punter, that you can add it to your own selections, and thereby getting the bigger payout, standing in a payout queue, laughing, collecting your money, and thanking Outsider Genie. You can also subscribe to this video so that you can get notifications every time the video is posted. You can click on subscribe now and ring the bell. Then, yeah, just let's have a look at our brag file here today. On Fairview, on the 1st of December last Tuesday, we gave you the winners 8 out of 8 races. And that continued again on Friday at Fairview. We give you the winners of 7 of 9 races, giving us a total of 15 winners from 17 races. Now, I can tell you, there's not a tipster in South Africa that can give you that. So please, follow me and you'll be in the money. And then on Saturday at Turfontein, I had such a laugh. I was laughing my head off. I gave you this horse, Sweet Sensation, as the best bet of the day. At that time, the horse was quoted at 72, which I already thought was a good price. And then I couldn't believe my eyes. The horse drifted to 11 to 1 at the start. I haven't seen a drift on a horse that long. I was thinking maybe the horse lost his leg on the way to the start or something is wrong. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. But anyway, the horse won, and the people who followed my best bet of the day would have been standing in a power queue laughing, thanking Outsider Genie. You can subscribe to our selections and get our every day. Our subscription is 500 Rand a month. But since the first week is past, if you join now, you can pay 400 Rand till end of December. You can WhatsApp 083-585-5133 to arrange your package. What do you get? You get race by race selections, outright winner, and 2 possible outsider selections, 2 daily recommended outcome doubles, value bets, and then best bets of the day. Yeah, I think I must now change this from this one to 11 to 1, not even 7 to 1. So suggested trifectas and quartet selections. We have been having quite a few trifectas and quartets that has arrived. So you can follow that. We give you affordable PA and pick sixes. Lately, we have caught a few PAs and the pick sixes. So you can play as is or use some of the numbers or add some of your own numbers to our selections. When you subscribe, you will receiving through our paid WhatsApp group, you will receive a sheet like this. It's got all our selections, pick six, PA, trifectas and quartets, also our value bets, and also all to come that we also provide you with on a daily basis. So let's now move over to having a look at the racing, where we race from Greyville Poly Track. We start off with race 1. Before I start with my assessment, just a quick note that some people, they say, listen, can you do more form analysis per race? Other people want the video as short as possible. So in order to find a midway to satisfy both parties, what I do is I give you 3 selections. The first selection is my outright selection. That outright selection can be at any price. It's not normally or usually, it don't have to be the favorite. It can be any horse. I've given first outright selections as high as 50 to 1, 53 to 1 that has won. Then my next 2 selections, my outsider selections. I give you 2 outsiders in no particular order. And then I will probably touch on 2 or 3 or more, or sometimes just 1 or 2 of the other horses in the race, just to give you my opinion about their chances. So let's start here. Let's have a look at the betting. Here we have number 4, Indigo May, Moon 13 to 10, 22 Captures Heart 20 to 10, Celtic Vision 6 to 1, Kingsley Stew 17 to 2, Sadiki 11 to 1, Lotus Blossom 20 to 1, Buddy Good 20 to 1, 20 to 1, 20 to 1 Royal Courtier, and 35 to 1 and longer. I just saw here now I only saw it now. I see my first selection, Captain Roxy, has been scratched. Oops. Okay, well, that will then change the whole complexion of this race. Yeah. All right. So, yeah, that is now another thing that we have to take into account. So, taking that into account, let's now have a look at the race. Because this Captain Roxy was my original selection. So if we have a look on the favored Indigo Moon, that will definitely enhance his chances. But Anton Marcus on board, this horse was running over the 1400 meters, now getting back to 1200 meters. I see in August it ran behind Glitter and Gold. Glitter and Gold has won again, and it seems like this horse has run in some strong fields because, as you can see, the 12 runners, 1 win, 13 runners, 2 wins. So obviously those fields was a little bit strong, and this field doesn't look too strong today. With all respect, some of them are battling maidens, and I think some of them will actually battle to win a race. So let's then quickly look at the outsider selections that I went for. And the first one was number 1, Sadiki. I really like the look of this horse. I think this horse didn't debut too bad. But what's for me is it's getting -4 and it's draw 1. I think can probably run an improved race. Then we have number 2, Capulet's Heart. Capulet's Heart is now in the beating, second favorite, 22-10. Must have a chance. Was placed before over the 1400 meters. Also now with Muzieni coming back to the shorter distance, and I'm sure Muzieni will try his best to win this race. He's winning races left, right, and center these days. Then my other outsider selection was number 10, and that was Kinski's Tune. Already 12 times, but has had a few seconds and thirds. We can look here. Here's Princess Color. Princess Color won a nice race the other day again. Lava Lou has won again. Walker Typhoon has run again. So he's run some against some decent sorts. So I wouldn't discard Kinski's Tune, and that is now at 17-2. So that might be a horse that you want to keep an eye on. Um, draw 9. So let's move on to race number 2. Here we have a apprentice handicap fillies and mares, 66 over 1,000 meters. Yes, there is a few apprentice races today. Here we have Yas at 2-1, set a date 2-1, Royal Manager 22-10, Royal Wheel 33-10, CSA 11-2, and 16-1, Winter Monarch, scratch number 3, Numi. Now here my selection is number 2, Royal Majesty. This horse is now running in a D9, D69. Has been running against much stronger in previous races. Last time was up front, but just got run out of it again. But again today, 62 -4. I think Royal Majesty has got a chance. Yeah, she beat Yas. Yas was carrying 59.5, and the Royal Manager was carrying 60.5. So there was 1 kilogram difference. Now today, Yas is carrying 61.5. Mine is carrying 60, and this horse is now carrying 58. So there's 2 kilograms in favor of her Royal Majesty, and that's why I think Royal Majesty will go close. Although I see here Yas didn't beat her again. But again, if we even have a look at that race where she was under a length behind Yas, she was carrying 1.5 kilograms more. Now she carries 2 kilograms less. So that gives her 3.5 kilograms turnaround on Yas. And that's a fair amount of weight. So therefore, my selection number 2. Then for outsider selection, I just got one as number 4, Royal View. Royal View has also been running against some useful position, hop, skip, and jump, won 3 times in a row. So Ginger Biscuit is a horse that always gives his best. The older horse, but has won the meters races, but getting a -2.5. So number 4, Royal View, a nice outsider. But I'm not even sure if you can say outsider. probably 33 to 10. So it's not really outsider. So I think, but then also again, I want to have a look at number 7 set to date. This one is maiden and he's getting the -4. And this horse is in the up. So he can outrun all of them. So definitely, because sweet scented green, no, I think it's not one race again. I'm thinking another horse, but also has run against some useful opposition, so can probably improve from there. So not a shut case for number one. No, yes, this is going to be an interesting race. So let's move on to race number 3, which is a maiden plate over 1400 meters, and let's have a look at the betting. Here the betting is as follows. Number 4, East Coast Star, 1 to 3. Captain's Drift, 10 to 1. Captive Gold, 12 to 1. Girl from Ipanema, 12 to 1. Imperial Mist, 12 to 1. 18 to 1, and longer the rest. Yeah, when they back 10 to 1 the field, one horse bar, one horse, then you must know. And yeah, I think everybody is pinning their hopes on this horse, but now, my problem is this horse has run now over 1200 meters, now going to 1400 meters. It is 90 drawn on 4-5, draw 4 Anton markers on board, and probably the 1400 meter will suit him. Yeah, so it is definitely the horse with the best chance in this field. But I think a horse that you need to keep an eye on, the horses I think you need to keep an eye on is number 8, Girl from Ipanema. Has been running a place here and there, and but is drawn 8, but outsider that you can include. And I also got this a feeling that there's one, My Saving Grace. This horse trains stables on the 19th of October, so it's the first time for this stable it's running. And I've got a feeling that this horse is going to improve. Yeah, it already ran an improved race behind the Miami, and I just thinking that number 1 can improve. So keep your eye out on that one. That is 18 to 1 in the betting. Yeah, but I think for my pick 6 purposes, I've got number 4, and as a backup number 8. That is what I'm putting in my pick 6 today. 4 and 8 for the first leg. Here we have a very open race, race 4. A fillies and mares 65 handicap. Class E, average minute later 59. And here, any one of these runners, you can make a case for them. I see there is a scratching, number 12, Kilwheaton. He's a scratching. So Charlotte 9 to 2. Not Now Pussycat 5 to 1. Chic Storm 11 to 2. Dark Mistress 11 to 2. 6 to 1. Tacky Twice. 13 to 2. Hot Money. Noble Princess 15 to 2. 8 to 1. Ginger Path of Glory. Call Me Tonight 20 to 1. Zatara 25. Bust Out Vision 50. Now, here they got number 4, the favorite, but I really can't see number 4. How can this horse be favorite? I mean, um, this horse ran behind Ginger Path to Glory and a very mares 52. And it ran 3 lengths behind. And if you have a look at the races before that, it is, except for the one behind Patsura, the race is really poor. But yeah, what do I know? I'm not a bookmaker. I'm just a guy doing a bit of form analysis. So race 4, my first selection is number 7, which is Chic Storm. Now, as I said in this race, we're running here at E59. Now, if you have a look, you'll see Chic Storm constantly runs against better horses, and it's getting -4. I mean, here it ran in the E59. It just ran under the links behind Queen's Plain, which has won a number of races. Now today it's running on the same, but getting a -4. And I think in this race, number 7, Chic Storm, last time out in the 64, is going to be hard to beat. Has course and distance 7 on 1 win, 2 thirds, 2 fourths, and I think 7 Chic Storm do have a nice chance to win in this race. Currently 11 to 2 in the betting. In my outsider selections, number 9, Hot Money. Hot Money has also been running well, has been running places, always just 2 or 3 lengths behind, and also running in like 62, 62, there is 69, the 66, the 63. And from time to time do run on well at the end. And with Dylan on board, I think can be definitely a danger in this house, in this race. And then my other outsider selection is number 2, Dark Mistress. There's also Silvano by a Giant Causeway mare, and yeah, it's Jason Gates on board. I think his jockey is very underrated. He has got some talent. He sometimes win with horses I would have never thought that's going to win. And I think Dark Mistress will also run a great race, but unfortunately drawn 10. So let's move on to race number 5, where we have the next apprentice handicap over 1200 meters. So it's a merit at 64, class E, 60 average merit rating. Betting as follows. Here we have number 2, Stand By Me, 72, Alpha Mike Foxtrot, 72, Bright Flame, 5-1, Jonathan, 7-1, Strike Like a Match, 8-1, 10-1, Solicitor General, Rocket Ramba, 5's Wild, 14-1, Royce Magic, and Johnny Black, 22-2. Also, an open race, a few horses with chances. Race 5, my first selection is number 5, which is not number 5, number 7. I would just want to. Alpha Mike Foxtrot, Muciniani, coming from Joburg to ride here. And this horse has been running well in a little bit of a higher division. Yeah, it's running in an average reading rate at 60. Now it has run in 64, 68, 65. And, ran a nice race behind Binary Star, Amman, Living Waters, last time out with Marcus on board. And I think today 7 Alpha Mike Foxtrot might just go that one better to land up in the number 1 box. Outside of selections, I'm looking at number 4, Jonathan. Also a horse that's always there and thereabout, has also run in a little bit higher divisions and can surprise and be involved in a finish in this race, although I don't think it will be a surprise, 7-1. And then my other outsider selection is number 10, Strike It Like a Match. I get 56 minus the 1.5. Also odds that sometimes do manage to run a good race here and there. But I think today, with a little bit of weight off, and also have been running in strong opposition in Gauteng. Now, I mean, Holy Man is quite a good horse. Break the Silence is not a donkey. Second Base is not a donkey. And wasn't disgraced in his first race behind the man. He was also running in a 61. So I think Strike It Like a Match can be involved in a finish here. And then Stand By Me, he always tries his best. So I think Stand By Me can also be involved in a finish, getting the minus 2.5. So definitely, race ago, 2 races ago, he ran second behind Armand. And with the minus 2.5, it can make a difference, only carrying 54 from a nice draw. So let's move on to race number 6. We have another apprentice handicap, 62, class E 58, and the betting as follows. Number 4, Ibutu 5-2, Viking Red 15-4, Secret Dynasty 4-1, Sea Spawn 6-1, Brigade 7-1, Rocky Coast 8-1, Fever 12-1, Gravitation 25, and Dom Sigidor 33-1. Here my first choice is number 5, and number 5 is Secret Dynasty. There's horse from coming here from my world, Rustenburg area, exactly to be exactly Derby, which is about 40 kilometers from Rustenburg. My good friend Bill Heeman, Secret Dynasty. This horse runs well. Jason Gates runs well. They will not travel this horse all the way from northwest. And Secret Dynasty, I think today in with another huge chance again, running in an E55. Has won an E61. The distance shouldn't be a problem. I think the horse runs on well, so I think Secret Dynasty will be definitely involved when the photos are taken. Outside of selections, number 2, Brigade, also getting minus 2.5. When this horse won its maiden, and I really thought, this horse is going to train on, and run, but it's always battling. It's always 6 or 7 inches behind. But what caught my eye is the last 2 races, he has improved 3 lengths and 2 lengths. And I think, this horse can definitely, you can include this in all your play. If you do arrive in your placings, you'll be collecting the nice dividend. And then race 6, number Number 7, Sea Spawns, also giving a -2.5. Also a horse that tries, always involved in the in the placings, and getting 1.5 of a competent jockey on board can be involved today. You'll notice that Lyle Hewitson is not riding because he's on a suspension, unfortunately. Otherwise, he would have also been riding today. So here we got race number 7. Let's have a look. So merit rate 77 handicap, Class D, average merit rating 71. So here we have number 4, Galway 17-10, Karama Fight 7-2, Master of Destiny 4-1, The Appeal 7-1, Water Blast 10-1, 12-1, Walton Hall, Banjo on My Knees 14-1, 14-1, Captain Elidor, Puccini 18-1. So here my first selection, and it was also my best bet of the day, is number 3, Color of My Fate. Color of My Fate is now today running here with Anton Marcus on board from a very good draw, a Master of My Fate colt by a black Minnaloos mare, nice breeding, and Color of My Fate is running in a D71. Now, if you see here, this horse is running A divisions, B divisions. Look at it, 893, 84, 83, 91. Now finding himself in a handicap, D71, and I think this horse today is going to be too good for this field. Definitely my first selection and best bet of the day. Outside the selections you can look at. Um, Number 1 is Master of Destiny, also another Master of My Fate. Sean Wield, Dennis Dreyer. This horse has also been running against strong opposition. One is maiden, and from there was running in C divisions. Now today, finding himself in a D division, and also he finished nicely last time. I think that could be one of the opposition against number 3, Color of My Fate. Here's the favorite, number 4, Galway. He won very nicely last time, but I look at running a D66, now a little bit up in class, I would think, and running against some bigger opposition, strong opposition, and might find it more difficult to win today. My other outsider is number 6, The Appeal, another Master of My Fate by Victory Moon. It's already a 5-year-old, only had 4 runs, run well after his maiden, and can also be running again a good race. Moodley from draw 16, definitely in with a chance. Then we find ourselves here in the 8th race, a maiden plate fillies and mares over 1700 meters. And I must say, really not the strongest field I've seen in my life. With the biggest respect to some of the trainers and owners in this race. I think a lot of these horses will battle to even win a maiden, to my opinion. And let's have a look at the betting. Diamonds and Torch 22-10, 3-1 Trip to Freedom, 7-1 Megan, Maxine Dumont 15-2, Conquer the World 15-2, Susie 2 Shoes 12-1, 15-1 Freddy Sox, Acanta 22-1, 25-1 Golden Delight, Venus Flytrap 28-1, 53-1 I'm Attractive, and I see there's been a number of scratchings here, numbers 5, 13, and 14. Now let's have a look here. And my first selection, hold on to your seats, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on to your hats. Is going to be another Bill Heeman inmate. Venus Flytrap, Jason Gates. Now, this horse has never run in a poly. But I can assure you, if we look at his breeding, this horse is very well bred. And I'm sure he will take to the poly. And he sometimes does show a little bit of pace. Now you're going to laugh at the form of this horse and you're going to think, I must be out of my rockets. But I can tell you now, if this horse takes to the poly and Jason can place him near the front from draw 11, of course, he mustn't try and bring him from behind. I'm sure this horse is going to run a huge race here, Venus Flytrap. So don't discard this horse just because of his form. But here he ran 6 lanes behind Flout Flower. Flout Flower won the other day. Nabila has won again. So definitely, I mean, it's not the strongest tip I'll ever give you, but at 28 to 1, a nice each way bet can hurt you. If the horse wins or run a place, you're in the money. If it doesn't, you're not going to be out of pocket for thousands of rands. In my outsider selection is number 12, Megan. Unfortunately drawn 12, but ran nicely in a previous race. I don't know what happened last time, but I'm willing to give. And again, here I got another Master of Fate by Captain Elmi, nicely bred. And my other outsider selection is number 4, which is Maxime Dumont. Maxime Dumont has also improved in the last 2 races, kicking the Milo running, also have a chance. The favorite being Trip to Freedom, also one of the favorites. That showed some improvement last time, but before that, very weak, will have to improve. I just want to try and find the favorite for you. I think Conquer the World can also run an improved race. Here we have number 9, Diamonds and Toads. Has been running well. Have been running a few places, um, but now going the 1700 meter for the first time. So one will have to see. But I see is the Miller Aries combination. They have been winning races. So I'm not saying Diamonds and Toads will not without a chance. He can definitely have a chance. Susie Two Shoes. I'm also thinking that this might be a horse that's going to improve some other time. So all in all, I think the last race also a bit of an open race. I hope I could point you in the right direction for a few winners. And as I always say, break a leg.